do you have any advice for a team starting to build a private cloud? So I'm going to define private cloud is all the cloudy things that give us automation and self-service, but contained within a data center, something we're doing internally. We're not leveraging the public cloud, AWS, Azure, etc.
Does don't count as an answer?
If you can qualify why you say don't, why would you scare people off of building a private cloud?
Oh, really? Why would I? Well, considering don't is not a valid answer, the next recommendation would be start with who will be using the cloud and what orchestration system you'll use. So how will you consume the services? Because it doesn't help if you start building the fabric and then you slap some hypervisor on top of that and then you figure out that you just built next generation server virtualization.
I think my best advice would be stand on the shoulders of giants. Find somebody that's done it and talk to them and figure out what they learned so that you don't have to repeat the mistakes. If it's something that's outside of the team's wheelhouse or it hasn't been done before, then learning those lessons early and ideally in a very minimal fashion is I think going to help ensure success.
In particular, if you even think about using OpenStack, don't do it on your own.
What about if you're an infrastructure team, let's say it's an infrastructure focused team that's trying to build this private cloud, what are the integrations that need to happen with other parts of the business, either other parts of IT or other parts of the business itself to have success here?
I think that's got to be the hardest part, actually. It's a political part. But you can set up any kind of physical data center that you want. It's the deciding, okay, so who's going to do the chargeback? How are you going to do it? What's going to be your interface, et cetera? That's going to be the sticking point, I would imagine.
Yeah, the other sticking point is security. Who is responsible for security? Because
who
in
can
Amazon,
do what?
You are responsible, meaning the user. In private cloud, everyone still points fingers at the security guy saying, you are responsible and you are the bottleneck.
Right.
Yeah. And who has access to do what with what?
Yeah.
Where are you going to do the role-based access? How are you going to set that up?
What about resource management, chargeback, and all that kind of stuff? In the private cloud world, does that actually happen? Is that really important or not so much?
That seems like it's something to be driven by business logic, right? If it's a chargeback situation, then that's a whole different, very large project and figuring out how to do that efficiently.
Well, short answers again. Is it important? Yes. Otherwise, people just consume resources. Does it happen? No.
That's why I raised the issues. It's one of those things that I think tends to get overlooked, and then you've got folks consuming tons and tons of private cloud resources, not necessarily a lot of accountability behind it, and you kind of want to have that built in up front, or it's a little harder to bolt on the back end.